Hello everybody, welcome to this Dive review video. Today I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about Dive. And as always, if you do have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. I'll also be leaving a discount link in the description of this video so that you can always get your money's worth for Dive. So here we are on the main homepage. Now, what Dive is essentially a way that you're able to collaborate all your agendas together, plan meetings, so on and so forth, in one seamless place. So here we are on the main homepage. Now, on the left, we have search, meeting, actions, and integrations, along with a few options at the bottom left. And then we have our main area here. So we're going to go ahead and go through each one. So under the search bar, very self-explanatory. You have a little search where you can search particular participants, you can search for jobs, you can search for specific things on your agenda, basically whatever you want. So as you can see, try searching for people, meetings, agenda, or actions, and then you can also filter by oldest, newest, or best matches, but that's self-explanatory enough. Meetings tab is where you're able to look at every meeting that you've got and information for each particular meeting. So here, for example, we have our date and then we have our Dive demo for Opulence. So basically, this is where it tells us a little bit of information about the software, but this is how an agenda would typically be laid out. You'd have a little welcome thing, you'd say what the meeting's about, you'd say where the meeting's going to be, and then a few things. So they're all listed with a title and then a description underneath, and you are obviously able to bullet point anything in your agenda. Now, you are able to also save the agenda as a template. If this is something that might carry across from one to another, you're able to change the template to one that you may have already created, and then you're able to completely clear the agenda if you've already got everything finished and you do not need to have this meeting anymore, maybe because it's already happened, or maybe because it's been cancelled or something like that. So to add an activity, all you would want to do is hit the Add Activity button in the bottom right. You can make a poll, a Google Docs, an icebreaker, meeting feedback, whiteboard, anything you really want, and then you also have the option to see all of the apps and see all of the things that you can integrate it with. And then if there's anything that you want to edit, you are obviously able to go to the three dots here and you're able to delete them. But to edit, you simply would delete on the, on the text file and then type hello, welcome to Dive, and we change this to agenda for our meeting today. So when it's time to start a meeting, you would hit this button up here. This is where you would start the meeting from, and you can either choose with or without audio and video. We're going to go ahead and hit with. And when this is completed, this is where we're able to set up, our microphone, our camera, our audio, and we will then hit join room. Now, once the meeting's getting ready, what it will do is it will take a few seconds to set it up, and this is essentially what it would look like. So we have the agenda for this specific meeting on the right, so that people who are in the meeting can have a little look through it at all the times that they need to. And then here in the middle bit, you have all of the videos of the participants and stuff like that, and you're able to copy the invite link and send this to as many people as you want. You're then on the right able to switch between agenda, chat, and see the people that are actually in the meeting. And under the chat, you're obviously just able to start a conversation and type in hello. And then this is relatively what the chat will look like. And then you obviously have the people down here as well. And if you do need some live support, you can hit out this button here. Powered by Intercom, you have a support channel so that if you do need help with any features in the software, you are able to get them. When you're finished with a meeting, you are able to hit leave. But before we do that, we're going to look at the bottom. If you do want to record your meeting, you can hit the record button. You can screen share, turn on or off video, and then via these three buttons, you have the option to talk to us, host controls, capture team memory, and start breakout rooms. Now, if you go to host controls, for instance, we're able to do stuff such as others can start apps. So if you want other people to be able to start apps or things on your agenda, that's able to happen. You can enable sounds and emojis and GIFs for everyone, enable audio. You're also able to make sure that other people can screen share if you want to see something of theirs, enable breakout room for others, and then enable recording. And by hitting this button here, you're able to then actually let these be implementable into your meeting. So you don't have to do it, but obviously these are the host controls, and then you can basically turn them on and off depending on your meeting. You also have the settings under people where you can add people to the room. Under the meeting, you're able to also connect it with Slack and add a limit to the number of participants, and also set a grid layout for how many people you see on your screen at one time. And then for your settings under video and audio, you're able to change between what video camera you're using, what microphone, and then also what speakers the audio for the meeting is coming out of. And then you also have a little video area where you can check that your video is all looking good. So leaving here, we can go to our actions page. Now this is where we can have a look at all the things that need doing. So as you can see, we have no overdue items at the moment. This is stuff that is due today, so you obviously need to focus on these particular things. Anything that is upcoming, and also anything that has been completed. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've hit this little new button under meetings as well. And this is where you can create an instant meeting so that people can have a little look at stuff. So if we go ahead and hit new, we've already created 2 here, and this is what they look like. I wanted to get that so it looked a little bit more fleshed out so that you guys could see what it looks like. But once you hit the new button, it will bring you to this page. So you have templates depending on very common reasons for a meeting. So for example, if we wanted to do a catch-up call, we would hit apply. And then this is where all of the information for a catch-up call would come from. So a check-in, and basically you can ask people, ask colleagues, ask employees, all this type of information. And you're able to, as you can see, bring your team members here and collaborate on it live. Now, this is basically, as you can see, you can add different agenda items and you can finish with a game if you really wanted to, but you can obviously copy the link and then add people to it. And you can add specific activities as well, like I showed you earlier, to sort of make it a little bit more customized than just having a blatant template slapped onto your meeting. But that's basically how you would create an instant meeting. You obviously don't need to have a video call, but you can, if you do want to, you can hit the join button and you can connect every single person who is invited to this channel to the same call. We then have the option to have a little look at the integrations for our application. So these are all the different things that you can actually integrate it with. Slack is the one that it basically says a lot of the time, so that's the one that you probably would want to the most, because Slack is a very useful piece of software if you want to collaborate with people. And then you can obviously add it with all sorts of different calendars. You can do it with meeting apps, stuff like Trello. You can also do stuff so you can sync deals and contacts and stuff like that. And you're also able to sort money side of things and also export notes directly to your Google Docs. So if you do have any notes that were made in a meeting, you can instantly transfer those over, share them, that sort of thing. You're also able to create or join a new workspace. So if you did have 2 different companies or sectors of a company or stuff like that you wanted to split into 2, this is where you'd be able to do that. So you'd hit either join a new workspace if maybe a different person had created one that they want you to join, or you're able to create one so that you can invite people specifically to it. So now we need to think about one of the reasons why people might want to use a software like this. And there are a lot of collaboration softwares out there, but we need to think about why would Dive be something that people will be interested in? And the answer to that would be very simple. Everything is integrated into one really useful area. See, issues with stuff like Slack and things like that is they're great to be able to integrate with, but having everything on the internet when you don't necessarily have to install, an application, and also being able to have all those different meetings and have different workspaces all in one really nice place is really great. Obviously, you can view all the actions that you've been assigned to under the integrations tab. The amount of integrations that you can have as opposed to something, say, Slack would have is also very good. I also really like in the meeting page how you're also able to assign different actions for different people. So you're able to keep track of everything that you as an individual need to do and things that other individuals themselves need to complete by themselves. So that's one of the things that I would say is definitely a reason why people would use something like Dive. But that is more or less it for this software. So now it begs the question, do I recommend it and why? So yes, I definitely do recommend it. I think it's a really great way of being able to collaborate with people in your company in a simple way. All of the things is really seamless, so being able to add a meeting, then enter that meeting and having all that video capability built into one software, I think is a really great thing. Also having the actions, as I said earlier, you're able to see what you need to do and keep on top of things and tasks that you need to complete is great. And alongside the integrations, it just means that you can really use it without being able to have to switch between stuff. Everything can really be integrated with the same software, so I think that's a really great thing. It also looks really nice. The user interface is one of the nicest I've seen. A lot of the time is people will focus more on actual usability rather than appearance, but Dive has basically taken both of those into account and basically aced it. So that's definitely why I would recommend Dive. But that is more or less it for this video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.